is Bold TV.
Good morning, all live audience. Good morning, ladies. Welcome to another episode of Bold TV. Beautiful, outstanding ladies with disabilities, where we talk about disabilities and issues related to disabilities. This program is brought to us live every Saturday, 10:30 a.m. by Bold Heart Initiative. It's powered by Bold Heart Initiative. So we are here to sensitize the public about women generally, with persons with disabilities. So we are here to sensitize the public on how to cope with us and how to cope with persons with disabilities around you. In case you're new to disabilities or you've been there and life at times will treat you the way you might not really understand it, we are here to help you. We're here to sensitize you. We're here to lecture you on how to cope with life and how to bring the potential when living with disabilities. When you're with disabilities, it's not a death sentence. It's not as bad as you think. But the moment you accept and move with it, you see a lot of potentials. You see how you can move from point A to point B. The whole idea is that disability helps. It's whereby you can think in a different way, not the way you expect it to be. But when you put 1 and 2 together, you see that your life will come out positive and you enjoy it without complaining and move on with life. So today I have my co-host with me. No new guest at the moment. We are here. After now, I'm going to introduce the topic. But before then, I still want to keep you in suspense that we introduce ourselves before we'll talk about the topic. And also, as part of what we do, I would like to solicit to the public to subscribe to our YouTube channels, like, comment, and also watch our videos, different episodes. Click on that button that has subscription so you can see our current new videos every now and then. And more especially, try and support our subscription. So on our screen, if you want to support us, account details is there. The Naira account and our dollar account will always be there. And also, if you want to participate as a woman with disabilities, we are here to also guide on how to participate in the program. So I'll stop here so that we can enjoy the program. It's not take our time. In less than 30-40 minutes, we are done. But an interesting topic. So before I move on, I would like the ladies in the house to introduce themselves. Why I start with myself. I remain Osaki Teresa Georgie, your co-host for today. I reside in Rivers State, One, a freelancer and a farmer. One day I'll talk about my farming story. So I'm also a polio warrior. I'm so glad to be here.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Afyong Etum. I am a co-host on Bold TV. I live and work in the beautiful capital city of Akwa Ibom State, Uyo, and I use a wheelchair from spinal cord injury. I'm a lab scientist by day, amongst other things. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Afyong. So today it's left of me and you to discuss. We'll just discuss and share our thoughts on love. Like I would say, we also need love. And that's the tricky question. Like, do we need love? Of course, yes, I do. Yes, we do. The moment we are human beings. So love is not just for married couples. It's essential. It's for everybody. Love is life. Love is part of life. Love is something that you live with. So whether with disability, without disability, we need love. Love is affection. Love is respect. Love is companion. Love is that thing that keeps all of us going one way or the other. And in different areas of life, universal, it could be self-love, it could be breaking stereotypes that will allow us to get to love. Love we demand love at the same time. Love is building community. A lot of these things will imbibe inside love. So as I move on, I would like to share our thoughts when it comes to how can we challenge the stereotypes that say women with disabilities are less deserving of love as romantic relationships. How can we help this challenge? After, please share your thoughts on this.
Thank you. First of all, I'll just ask a question. Are women with disabilities human beings? If they are, if you consider them human beings, then just like every other human being, they are deserving of love and affection. So you cannot say, oh, this person, because this person is a person with disability, so automatically that kind of rules them out. You cannot rule them out. As long as they're human beings, every human being deserves love. They have the right to have the best quality of life, and that includes being loved, cherished, and cared for. So I don't know where that stereotype, how it came about, but as far as I'm concerned, if the person is a human being, they are deserving of love.
Yes, thank you very much, Abdul. Yes, we are self-deserved. We deserve the same love. Frankie, if you are here, please introduce yourself so that you can also share your thoughts on this. How can we challenge stereotypes that say women with disabilities are less deserving of love and romantic relationships? Frankie, share your thoughts on this.
All right, thank you very much. Hi, everyone. My name is Freki Andrew-Essien. I'm a member of Faith Care Foundation, the ED of Faith Care Foundation, a member of Bold Heart Initiative, and I identify as a woman with disability from spinal cord injury because I use a wheelchair. So the question, we all need love, especially women with disabilities. The truth of the matter is that everybody deserves love. So some of the stereotypes, as it were, when it comes to women with disabilities, is that number one, people feel that women with disabilities cannot procreate. So the fact that there's something, affecting may also affect the ability to procreate. Some people also think that women with disabilities will not be able to handle other affairs. They feel like that disability is such a burden. Why come and add issues around this? Some people are also concerned about the stigma. You left all the people where they normal, as it were. Can't follow this one. Why? Those kind of assumptions. I feel that relationships should be defined by individuals involved, and then you now extend beyond those two individuals. If your partner is ashamed of you, there's no message that you're going to preach about that partner loving you and being with you. So the first thing I would say in addressing those negative stereotypes is that as a woman with disability, love yourself. If you love yourself, you will not look for love in the wrong places. So I can come back for other conversations. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. So all of that, what the ladies have shared their thoughts concerning love, because we all need it. One, we are human beings. Two, you have to beat up the myth that says that we cannot deserve love, which is not true. And also, we are here to put out ourselves that everybody deserves love one way or the other. And we're here to break down every harmful practice or ideas that think that a person with disability does not deserve love. Now, the next question is, what does real, respectful and equal love look like for a woman with disability? Like here, I would say all of that shows strength and power. No matter how you look at it, it's what we all deserve equal love. Whereby the person is happy, share something that is caring, and not just charity, but the person deserves it. So it's equal and also being respectful, not a pity or charitable kind of love. So whereby love does not have any form of not deserving or less important, but something of a necessity.
So what does mutual respect look like for women with disabilities in a relationship? What it does is, where you stop defining a woman just by disability is a starting point for any partner. It doesn't matter how she presents when it comes to disability. There's a lot more to that woman that you want to be involved in. And I'm speaking because we're talking about women with disabilities. What also defines mutual respect is when the woman with disability too has respect for herself. You don't want to claim love by attracting all sorts of things, every Tom, Dick, and Harry in the name of, looking for love. There's a song that we used to sing when I was in OSF. We say looking for love in the wrong places, and you attract love from the wrong places when you don't even value yourself or don't have self-respect. Another thing that mutual respect looks like and dignity in a relationship is where your partner tries to learn you. So there's openness. So it's not about him saying, oh, she's a woman with disability, and then he now does a blanket move. No, he tries to learn you and how you even navigate that disability as an individual. It's an interesting conversation to have because a lot of people don't even know much beyond the surface of disability. But if you have an intimate partner or you have a relationship that is romantic, one of the things a partner can do is try to even understand what disability means for you, maybe your coping strategies, and how it can be a part of the support system. Finally, power dynamics in any relationship will tell you the respect that those two people have for each other. If in a relationship, a woman finds herself in a relationship where the power is power over her, so she's subdued, she's a dependent, she's a subsidiary, and it is re-emphasized, and her vulnerability by way of disability is re-emphasized, that's not a mutually beneficial relationship. So the kind of relationship you want, the kind of power dynamic you want in that your relationship is the one that is an agency, so it brings out the best in you. That's a powerful relationship that reaffirms you, or whatever the disability may be, it re-emphasizes your strengths in that space. Now that's what we are talking about. All right, I'm still here. So Afyong, over to you.
Okay. Osaki, what she said. This topic just reminds me of what we talked about last week, when we talked about recognizing toxicity in relationships. This just reminds me of that, because if you find yourself in a relationship, any space you find yourself in, number one, you must ask yourself, do I feel safe in this space? Do I feel safe? Because sadly, for many of us, the way we were raised, the backgrounds we come from, the families we come from, many of us, we're not, we don't know what unconditional love looks like. A vast majority of people, we don't know what unconditional love looks like. We don't know what, love in its truest sense looks like. For many of us, we're taught that love is transactional. If you do this, then you deserve love. If you don't do this, then you don't deserve love. But that's not the standard that God showed us. That's not the standard that God showed us. Imagine if God decided and said, okay, Jesus, when you go to die, don't die for, you see those people, just write their name, have a list. Don't die for everybody. Just those people, these ones like this, those ones that used to hear word. The ones that don't used to hear word, will remove their name from the list. What would have happened to us? But many of us, we grew up in such an environment where love was a reward. Love was given as a reward. It wasn't, a gift. It was a reward. So first and foremost, if you find yourself in a space where, number one, you don't feel safe, you don't feel like you can express yourself. Love, if you look at it, I know you may think I'm sounding too spiritual, but that's it. For me, that's the principle. It's a universal law. When you remember what 1 Corinthians 13 talks about love, love is patient, is kind. When you think of all those qualities and attributes of love that are listed, that's exactly what you should expect. That's what what love is supposed to look like. You find yourself in a space where you cannot express yourself without fear of punishment or repercussions. There's something wrong. You find that's not love. Love does not suppress or subdue. Love gives freedom. You find yourself in a space where, love is used as a weapon. People weaponize love, whereby, when you do what I want, then I will love you. If you don't do what I want, then you don't get love. We starve you of love. That's terrorism. If somebody weaponizes love and uses love as a, turns it against you, then uses it to, not weaponize, but more like holds back love just because, they want to, that's manipulation. That's not love. You find yourself in a space where somebody claims, oh, they love you, and yet all they ever do is, pinpoint, always speak out, focus on your weaknesses, the things they think is wrong about you. They never, encourage you. They never, call out your strengths. They don't give you, love is supposed to give you freedom. It's supposed to give you like wings. If you know that you are loved, have you ever seen a child that is loved, knows that their parents, that child knows that his or her parents love him or her? Have you ever seen the kind of confidence the child has? if you do anything to that child outside, you're in trouble. I will tell my mommy for you. And they know that when they go and tell their mommy for you, that you are in trouble, because mommy will rise up on their behalf. But sadly, in many relationships, you find that people, something happens, and the person who claims to love you is the first one to criticize you, is the first one to stand against you. And that's how you used to behave. And Shebi, I've been telling you that this thing you're doing inside the house, take it outside. Is that not how you used to behave? How is that love? Love supports. I'm not saying that if someone misbehaves, you shouldn't, call them out. But not in a manner that breaks down their self-esteem, not in a manner that, dampens their spirits. That's not love. Even if someone has committed a crime and you say you love that person, you can always call that person in private, correct that person gently, and tell the person, this is what you have done, this is what the consequences are. But if you find yourself in a space where somebody only, all they do is find fault, all they do is criticize, all they do is talk about just how bad you are and all the things you are incapable of, that's not love. They will tell you, I'm only trying to help you. Know those words? I'm only trying to help you. If I don't say it, who will say it? If I didn't love you, I wouldn't even talk about it. That's not love. And many of us are used to it. We think so that even if someone outside comes to tell you, this way this person is treating you is not okay, you'll be like, no, it's because he loves me. It's because he loves me. That's why he's telling me. If he did not love me, he wouldn't tell. So is that the only way he can tell you? Is that the only way? By damaging your self-esteem and making you, making you feel worthless. Because sadly, let's be very honest, many women with disabilities, we are already struggling with self-esteem. We are struggling with, low self-esteem. We are struggling with, low self-worth. Sometimes because of the disability, but sometimes the disability enhances it. And then you now go and put yourself in a situation or in a space where somebody further crushes whatever, the little one that was a little dignity you had, they crush it. Then you're in trouble. That is not love. There are so many instances, but I'll just leave it there. That is not love. If you ever doubt what love is, if you're a Christian, read your Bible. You will know what love is.
All right, thank you very much, Afyong. So all of that we just said is value the person. Show true value to that person. That's all about the big all about talking about. Now we're going to talk about the third question, which we're going to share our thoughts as we wrap up for today. Because life is of the essence and love is life. How can our communities better support the rights of women with disabilities to love and form families? All of this stuff, how can we fit together whereby we are going to be loved and form families? Like I was saying outrightly, one of the co-hosts, Becky, have been going into rural areas to promote accessibility, which is love. Because accessibility is you trying to make sure the person comes out to be his or her own person dependent, trying to achieve a particular environment. So that promotion of trying to make sure that the environment in rural areas, like in villages, they have access to rights, access to whatever they need. That alone is what society can do. That's a simple way of showing love, removing the barriers of how we can express love. Now as women, how we could get married, how we could get children, not be judgmental, whatever form you think it is. This lady with disabilities deserves to have a family, deserves to have a life, deserves to have children of her own if she wants to. So there's no judgmental or sentimental about that. So a lot of us more of our rights here, how we deserve those basic factors of life, basic necessities of life, to be so we can live happily and fulfilled as women and women with disabilities. So I would like Afyong to share our thoughts on that, on how communities better support the rights of women with disabilities to love, be loved, and to own families of their choice. Thank you.
Okay, I think the starting point would be, within the family units, where children are raised with a healthy self-esteem, children with disabilities. When you have a girl child with a disability or a boy, And you raise that child to see themselves first as a human being, deserving of every good thing that life has to offer. When you raise that child like that, it's easy for that child to grow up. When the child grows up in a secure environment, a loving environment, that child will go out into the world empowered to face the world. And if somebody now interacts with that child in a way that deviates from what they knew growing up, it's easy for them to identify that, no, this is not it. This is not love. And they will be able to walk away from situations that would dehumanize them. But when children are not raised in a secure and loving environment, then they become more like victims. It's easy for people outside to victimize them and take advantage of them. So it starts from the family unit, how children are raised, how they are cared for. That is where children learn love from. How you show them love is how what will happen when they go out there. They will learn to recognize what true love is. And secondly, in community settings, maybe somebody, suddenly, gets, has a disability. Maybe, midlife, it happens while the person wasn't born with it. In that kind of situation, it's behoves the community to now come together and now support that person. Do whatever it takes, show that person that we are with you. Because when you're supported, it empowers you and helps you to see yourself differently. They are not treating you as somebody who, just, needs help all the time. They create an environment whereby you are able to, they help you to see what you can do for yourself, and where you are not able to help yourself, they now step in. So that they don't make it such that you become dependent, but they are able to support you. And if, for example, you are faced with a situation where maybe somebody wants to take advantage of you, so the community is there to stand by you. The people around you, your network, family, friends, they are there to stand by you. They treat you, because how the people closest to you treat you, more often than not, will determine how others who are not so close to you will treat you. If your own family does not value you, your friends don't value you, and they don't treat you well, other people would see that as license to do the same. After all, maybe there's something wrong with her. That's why her people don't even like her. And then finally, I would say the individual themselves. In as much as, yes, you need the support of others. We all need people to support us. But if you as a woman with disability, you don't even see yourself as worthy of love, respect, worthy of being treated with love and respect. Even if the people around you treat you with love, and you may push them away because you don't feel like you deserve it. You don't feel like, you're worthy of such, attention. And so you will tend to push people away, and you will tend to isolate yourself from them.
All right, thank you very much, Afyon. I remember watching one of us, a co-host. I saw a video today, and she was talking about how she was stigmatized because she had the person with albinism. So the whole documentary of her story was out there, how she coped from albinism as a child to adulthood, all what she went through and all not. That was a very sad story. So part of why we do a lot of this program is to bring yourself out there, share your story, and let whoever is judge or policymaker, they're able to change certain things that will affect the other person's life because the person has a disability. All of that are barriers that will not allow the person to live a fulfilled life as a human with disability. So removing of barriers as one, trying to see how you can make the other person have equal options, equal opportunities of life, living a fulfilled life. With removing these barriers, I think can also cope, especially that the person have the other side of life to live even with the disability. So I like Afyon and Becky, she's here to share her own thoughts on how can our communities better support the rights of people with disabilities, love, and form families in society.
All right, thank you very much. So I just want to say that one of the things that we must understand is that women with disabilities have a right to love and choose who we want to love. The right. whether it is an informed right, but at the end of the day, it's a basic fundamental right. Women with disabilities have a right to not be discriminated against on the grounds of disability. So this simply means if you deny a woman with disability from her right to having a child, being in a relationship on the grounds of disability, trust me, the Disability Discrimination Act already is not your friend. It's fighting against you. Why I'm saying this is because sometimes we do not understand that there are laws that actually protect women from being discriminated against. Against when it comes to see things like this. So is it the right of women with disabilities to participate in social life, to engage with other people, and have meaningful relationships? Finally, it is the right for a woman with disabilities to be treated with dignity and respect. We should not, in the name of trying to protect or to try to shield, now treat a person or a woman with disability without dignity. That is discriminating. There are laws to protect women with disabilities. In conclusion, I would say to a woman with disability who may be listening to me, love yourself, because when you are able to settle that matter, that you are worth loving, that you are lovable, you're able to recognize when pity, that's when pity comes, because pity is not love. You'll be able to recognize when solicitation comes, because solicitation is not love. You'll be able to recognize when transaction comes. It's not necessarily love. Be able to recognize issues when it comes from somebody to complete you, because finally families protect your girl child with disability. Do not expose her unwillingly or down low. So protect her not in an exclusive manner, but in a way woman everybody deserves love.
All right, thank you very much, Becky. So we shared our thoughts on love, how women with disabilities deserve love, and all what surrounding it. So ladies out there, I hope someone out there is listening. Don't be ashamed of yourself. Be happy. You deserve to be loved. And whoever around does not give you that full love, you have the right to quit. You have the right to say you don't want again without being judgmental or sentimental. So just make sure that you have the fullness of how love should be. Be happy with yourself. Share it. If you want to have kids, you have. If you don't want to have, it's still okay. Biological or whichever way you want to have kids, it's okay, because that's what you want as a woman with disability, and not society or someone telling you what should not be. So today we're going to wrap up for today's discussion on we also deserve love as a woman with disability. So just to remind us out there that if you want to support our subscription, the number you can call on us for our account details so that you can support us in our subscription, and also share our YouTube videos, comment, share as much as you can, let it go around. And we are also here every Saturday live by 10:30 a.m. with different episodes, different topics that pertain to life and as a woman with disabilities. So I'd like the men in the house or meet their mind to say bye-bye as we wrap up for today. Bye-bye. Love you.
This is Bold TV.